Is the screen visible?
Yes, sir.
Attendance, please.
Sir.
Attendance, Amma.
Sir, actually, I put daga, sir. Next period, da, sir.
Daga, IoT కదా?
డా పీరియడ్ ఐఓటి సార్ తీసుకున్నారు, ఇప్పుడు డా అని చెప్పారు సార్.
డా రారమ్మా సార్, లీవ్. నేను
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
అంటే మధ్యలో బ్రేక్ ఇస్తాను 5 minutes, మళ్ళీ జాయిన్ అవుతా.
ఓకే సార్.
అటెండెన్స్ పెట్టమ్మా. Okay, so we are discussing about last class about gigabit Ethernet. Jumbo frames. So frames whose size is greater than 1500. Frames whose size is greater than 1500 bytes. Frames whose size is greater than 1500 bytes are nothing but jumbo frames. Are nothing but what? Jumbo frames. Okay, so any frame which is greater than 1500 bytes.
Yeah.
Any frame whose size is greater than 1500 bytes is nothing but a jumbo frame, and jumbo frame size is 64 KB. Sorry, 9 KB is the maximum. 9 KB is the maximum size for the jumbo frame. Okay, this is what we are discussing yesterday, and we also discussed that there are two ways. One is half duplex, and another one is simplex. Okay, half duplex, and so that is also we discussed. In case of half duplex, CSMS CD is required, whereas in case of full duplex, no CSMS CD is required, and auto negotiation is supported, just like in fast Ethernet. And there is a carrier extension. Okay, so and the size of the distance is 2500 meters, So it's 100 times less, that is 25 meters. Okay, and okay, so that is about the um, 25 meters in case of uh, half duplex, 25 meters. Otherwise, 2500 meters. Okay, and with 2500, 64 byte, 1 Gbps. Okay, so and frame bursting and carrier extension. So these are the time with um, and gigabit Ethernet support both copper and fiber cabling. So if you see in the diagram, 100 base SX, LX, CX, and T. Okay, so last two are fiber optics, and last two are coaxial cable, and first two are fiber optics. Okay, 100 base SX. So in case of 100 base SX, 100 base SX, 0.85 microns. 0.85 micron. Micron అంటే 10 power 9 meters అండి. So that is the wavelength supported by 100 base SX. And for the 1000 base LX, it is 1.3 micron. For 1000 base LX, it is 1.3 micron. For 1000 base SX, it is 0.85 micron. Clear? So 1000 base SX and 1000 base ELX. And signaling at or near 1 Gbps or 1 bit nanosecond. Bit every nanosecond. Okay. That is about the signaling. And in 1000 base SX multimode fiber. Okay, 1000 base multimode fiber, and signaling at so 500 meter or for 50 micron fiber. So and we would use the 8B by 10B encoding. Okay, in gigabit, what is the encoding you use? 8B by 8B by 10B. Okay, and we will send using 1000 base T. Using the last one, that is 1000 base T, we will send 125 M symbols per second. Okay, and we also discussed that there is a pause with value pause type of 0x8808. So this also we discussed. Okay. Now coming to the 10 gigabit Ethernet. This is about the gigabit. Now you will see 10 gigabit Ethernet. Okay, so here the features are 1000 times faster than original internet. 1000 పేర్లోనే ఉంది. మామూలుగా అయితే ఎంత 10 Mbps. 1000 times అంటే 10 into 1000 Mbps. అంటే ఎంత 10 Gbps. There is nothing but this 10 gigabit Ethernet. Clear? Next. And in 10 gigabit Ethernet, 64B by 66 encoding is used. What is encoding? 64B by 66B. Is encoding which is used in 10 gigabit Ethernet. And fiber optics for SR 0.83, for SR 0.83, and for LR 1.3, and for ER 1.5, so total micron. So only 3 different wavelengths are used, infrared wavelengths are used in all the 3. So SR, LR and ER. If you see the range here, so it is range of per segment 10 kilometers for LR and 40 kilometers. 40 ante within a wide area network. And the whole world, sorry, city ante man, van ante wide area network. Ante anything other than, I mean, more than the city. Okay, comes under. Okay. And here, .125 G symbols per second. 3.125 G symbols per second. Okay, అలానే 10 base T అని ఉంది ఇక్కడ. 10 base T, last one. So this is used UTP, untwisted, unshielded twisted pair. Unshielded twisted pair. Okay. And the signaling rate is 800 M symbols per second. Signaling rate is 800 M symbols per second. M ante million symbols per second. G symbols and M symbols. So with symbols that use, okay, so if you see the overall view of the Ethernet, You see the overall view of the Ethernet. So simple and flexible. Okay, so these are the very simple and flexible, and simple also translated into cheap. So twisted pair wiring is relatively inexpensive as are the hardware components, and they must start out expensive when there is a transition for new gigabit Ethernet NICs or switches. So they are merely additions to well established network, not a replacement. The prices fall quickly as the sales volumes pick up. Sir. Another point is that Ethernet interworks easily with the TCP/IP, which has become dominant. So IP is a connectionless protocol, so it fits perfectly with Ethernet, which is also connectionless. And IP fits much less well with connection-oriented alternatives such as ATM. Okay, so this match indefinitely hurt ATM's chances. And lastly, perhaps the most important, Ethernet has been able to evolve in certain crucial ways. So speeds have gone up by several orders of magnitude, and hubs and switches have been introduced, but these changes have not been required. Changing the software. Okay, so have often allowed the existing cabling to be reused for a while. So many alternative technologies, not even heard of, were waster than Ethernet. Not only ATM, FDDI, that is fiber distributed data interface, and fiber channel. So these are the two ring-based optical LANs. So both were incompatible with the Ethernet. So neither one made it. So they were too complicated, which led to complex chips and high prices. So the lessons that we should learn is keep it simple, stupid. That is KISS. So eventually, Ethernet caught up with them in terms of speed, often by borrowing some of the, for example, the 4B by 5B encoding from FDDI, 8B by 10B encoding from fiber channel, 8B by 10B channel, 8B by 10B coding from fiber. So then they had no advantages left and quietly died off or fell into special roles. So it looks like Ethernet will continue to expand in its application for some time. So 10 gigabit Ethernet has freed it from the distance constraints of CSMA, but much effort is being put into carrier-grade Ethernet to let network providers offer Ethernet-based services to their customers for metropolitan and wide area networks. Okay, so this application carries Ethernet frames long distance over fiber and calls for better management features to help operators offer reliable and high quality services. So very high speed networks are also finding use in backplaces, connecting components in larger routers or servers. So both of these users are in addition to that of sending frames between the computers in the offices. So this is about the retrospective on the Ethernet. Okay. So with this, Ethernet is over. Okay, so we have discussed about normal classical Ethernet, fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, 10 gigabit Ethernet. So everywhere what you have to learn is you have to learn that table. So after Ethernet, channel efficiency is important. After classical Ethernet in fast Ethernet, the table is important. So what is the fiber and what type of, whether it is a coaxial cable or optical fiber. If optical fiber, which type of micron, multimodal fiber or single fiber. So that you have to make a note on that, and also maximum segment. So how many? So since it is reduced by 100, so 25 kilometers, 40 kilometers, so like that. So very short distance. I mean, 25 to 2,500 meters. That is 2.5 kilometers to 10 kilometers, 40 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 10 kilometers, like that. The range is varied from the fast Ethernet to 10 GB gigabit Ethernet. So 10 GB internet. Clear? And we are using 64B by 66 Ethernet in Ethernet. 64B by 66B in 10 GB internet. 64B, and whereas in case of normal Ethernet, we are using the encoding as 8B by 10B, 8B by 10B. Whereas in fast Ethernet, it is 4B by 5B. Okay, like that. there is a variation between fast Ethernet, gigabit Ethernet, and 10 gigabit Ethernet. Okay, so identify the difference, then it will be easy for you. Then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. Okay. So next is wireless LAN. So wireless LANs are wireless are increasingly popular. So wireless LAN 802. ఎంత 13 11 వైర్లెస్ LAN 802.11. ఓకే, సో చిన్నగా ఒక ప్రోటోకాల్ చదివాం, మాకా ప్రోటోకాల్, MACA, మల్టిపుల్ యాక్సెస్ కొలిజన్ అవాయిడెన్స్ అని చదివాం మనం ఈ యూనిట్ లోనే, 4th యూనిట్. సో ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ దాని గురించి వస్తుంది, వైర్లెస్ LAN ప్రోటోకాల్, దాని ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ అంతా. సో where these are popular? These are popular at homes, offices, caves, libraries, airports, zoos, and other public places, which are used to connect computers, PDAs, smartphones to the internet. And wireless LANs can also be to let 2 or more nearby computers communicate without using the internet. Without using the internet, two nearby computers communicate without by using the internet. That is the capacity of that wireless LAN. And the main wireless LAN standard is 802.11. What is the standard? 802.11. 802.11. So this is nothing but the wireless LAN. Clear? So first we will discuss the physical layer, that is radio transmission techniques, then MAC sublayer, then okay, then we will discuss the so first one is protocol architecture and protocol stack. That is the first one, architecture. Then we will discuss the layer, then MAC, then frames. So first one is architecture of the 802.1. So in infrastructure, each client is so actually ఏమవుతుందంటే, so 802.1 two modes లో ఆపరేట్ అవుతుంది. 2 modes. The most popular mode is connect clients such as laptops కానీ, స్మార్ట్ ఫోన్స్ కానీ, లేదా ఇంకొక నెట్వర్క్ కి కనెక్ట్ అవ్వడం కానీ, సో కంపెనీ ఇంటర్నెట్ కానీ. సో దీన్ని ఏమంటారంటే, ఈచ్ క్లయింట్ ఏమంటారంటే యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ అంటారు. సో యూ కెన్ సీ ఇన్ ద డయాగ్రామ్. సో ఇలా వేరే కంప్యూటర్ కానీ ఇలా దీన్ని యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్, దీని నుంచి క్లయింట్స్ అనేవి కనెక్ట్ అవుతాయి అనమాట, ల్యాప్టాప్స్ కానీ. మళ్ళీ ఇది ఇంకొక పాయింట్, ఇట్లా ల్యాప్టాప్స్ కనెక్ట్ అవుతాయి. ఓకే, క్లియర్? సో ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ అనే టర్మ్ చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ వైర్లెస్ LANs. సో ద క్లయింట్ సెండ్స్ అండ్ రిసీవ్స్ ప్యాకెట్స్ via యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్, and several access points may be connected together, typically by a wired network called a distribution system. So ఇది డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సిస్టమ్. ఇది మొత్తం కలిపితే ఒక డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సిస్టమ్. ఎందుకని ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ ఉంది, ఇక్కడ యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్ ఉంది, ఇది 1, ఇది 2. So 2 access points are connected together. So that's why this is nothing but a what do you call? So that's why that is nothing but a distribution system. And the second mode is ad hoc network. So first popular mode is a distribution system. Second is ad hoc network. So this mode is a collection of computers that are associated so that they can directly send frames to each other. There is no access point. Since internet access is the killer applications for wireless, ad hoc networks are not very popular. ఇక్కడ ఏముంటుందంటే, రెండో రకం ఏంటంటే యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్లు ఉండవు. దెర్ ఇస్ నో యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్. ఫస్ట్ వన్ ఈజ్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సిస్టమ్, వేర్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఏ access points connected to each other. Second mode is ad hoc network. What is the first one? Distribution system. Distribution system. Second one, ad hoc network. ఈ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ సిస్టమ్ లో ఏముంటుంది? యాక్సెస్ ఏపీస్ ఉంటాయి, యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్స్. ఇక్కడ నో ఏపీస్. ఓకే, ఎడహాక్ నెట్వర్క్ లో ఎడహాక్ అంటే ఆ టైంకి వచ్చి కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. ఇంటర్నెట్ ఏమి ఉండదు అనమాట, యాక్సెస్ పాయింట్స్ ఏమి ఉండవు. Now we will look at the product R802 product into 802.1 Ethernet have a certain commonality of structure. A partial to 802.1 protocol is shown in figure 424. So if we see the diagram here, see, so this is the protocol architecture of the 802.11. The physical layer 802.11. So the stack is same for clients and APIs. Stack is same for clients and APIs, and the physical layer corresponds fairly well to OSI physical layer, but the data link layer in all 802 products split into 2 or more sub layers. Physical layer same, OSI layer lo edaithe physical layer untundo ikkada ade physical layer untundi 802.11 lo kuda. Data link layer maathram split ayindi ikkada. Emani okati vachi MAC layer ingoti logical link layer, rendu layers. ఈ డేటా లింక్ లేయర్ ఏమైంది, స్ప్లిట్ అయింది హారిజాంటల్, వర్టికల్ గా కాదండి, హారిజాంటల్. ఫిజికల్ లేయర్ వర్టికల్ గా స్ప్లిట్ అయింది. 802.11 ఏ అని 802. FDM లాగా ఒక్కొక్క దానికి ఒక్కొక్క ఫ్రీక్వెన్సీ ఇచ్చారన్నమాట. ఓకే, 1999 802.11 అన్నారు, తర్వాత 11A అన్నారు 99, తర్వాత 11B అన్నారు 99, 11G అన్నారు, ఇప్పుడు 11N రన్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఏది వైర్లెస్ ల్యాన్స్ ఇప్పుడు రన్ అవుతుంది 802.11N. 801G అయిపోయింది, 801B అయిపోయింది, 802.11A కూడా అయిపోయింది. నా వాట్ ఇస్ రన్నింగ్ 802.11N అన్నమాట. క్లియర్? ఓకే, so data physical layer is same as the OS layer. Data link layer divided in two parts, LLC and MAC. So LLC is a glue layer that identifies the protocol that is carried within 802.11. So LLC actually ga ee frame identification ela jarugundante LLC ద్వారా జరుగుతుంది అన్నమాట, ఇంకా protocol identification. Okay, several transmission techniques have been added to the physical layer as 802.11 has evolved since it appears in 1997. Okay, two of the initial techniques, infrared in the manner of television remote controls and frequency hopping in the 2.1 GHz are now defunct. Okay, two of the initial techniques, infrared in the manner of. Okay, so we will continue in the after 11:20. Sorry, no, I think 10 more minutes is there, so we will continue. Okay, so two of the initial techniques, so infrared in the manner of television and frequency hopping. So two techniques ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ, frequency hopping, ఇంకోటి infrared frequency hopping. Okay, two techniques ఉన్నాయి. One is based upon okay, infrared, ఒకటేమో frequency, ఇంకోటేమో infrared in the manner of television remote control. So TV remote controls, TV remote control. Clear? So the third initial technique, direct sequence spread spectrum at 1 or 2 Mbps in the 2.4, it was extended to run at rates up to 11 Mbps and quickly became a hit. It is known as 802.11.